Hey everyone, welcome to Joey's Tech. This video is an extension of the weighted job scheduling problem using dynamic programming, in which we are going to find the jobs which form the subset in which no two jobs overlap with each other, and those jobs form the maximum combined weight. So let's move to the framework where we are going to solve this problem. So here we are at our framework. As you can see, we have the jobs over here. There are three elements attached to each job: the start time, the end time, and the weights. Now these jobs have been arranged in the increasing order of their start times. Why? The answer to that is already there in the video which I made on weighted job scheduling using dynamic programming. I highly recommend you to watch that and then come back and watch this video. At the end of this video, I'll be telling you a trick following which the solution to weighted job scheduling problem or similar problems will automatically start occurring to you. Hence, you must watch this video till the end. If you are new to my channel and if you are watching Joey's Tech videos for the first time, then I urge you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon, because that way you will get notified whenever I release a new video on dynamic programming. Okay, so as you can see, there are two arrays, max weights and jobs. The max weights is going to hold the combined weights, which will also represent the solution of each of the subproblems. And there we have our jobs array, which is going to hold the address of the jobs or name of the jobs from which that optimized solution is going to be formed. Now we are going to fill this array first of max weights with the basic weights. I have already told why we do that in my first video of weighted job scheduling problem, so you can watch that in order to know this. So I have filled this max weights array with the base state, with the base values, and here I am just going to put each of the job names. All right, this is going to make sense once you know why I did that to maximum weights array. All right, now we are ready to begin. So our I counter is fixed over here and J counter is fixed over here. We are going to check whether this job 1 overlaps with job 4. It doesn't overlap with job 4, so 50 is going to be added to 200, and hence the result will come out as 250. Since 250 is greater than this 200, I am going to store 250 over here. With that, I will be storing job 1 over here, because you know this 250 has come after addition of this 50 with this 200. So 50 was the value, was the weight attached to job 1. So I'll be storing job 1 over here. You know, I'm just storing the address of the previous job, like I told you, with which the optimized solution of this particular subproblem is being formed. Now this is a subproblem. All right, if there existed only two jobs, job 1 and job 4, then 250 would have been the answer. But it's not, because we have two more jobs here. So I is going to be moving one step to the right. So job 1 and job 2 do not overlap with each other. That is why they can be considered for our processing. So this 50 will be added to this 20. The result, I'll get 70. 70 is greater than 20, so I'm going to be putting 70 over here, and I'll put job 1 over here. All right, now this J will move one step to the right, okay, because this is also one of the possibilities, one of the candidates. Okay, now this 250 will be added to 20. Can this 250 be added to this 20? No, it cannot be added to this 20, because we will have to check the base condition, which is that the job 4 and job 2 must not overlap with each other. But as you can see, these jobs are overlapping. Okay, so this iteration will not be considered. All right, so I moves one step to the right and J goes back to its base state. Okay. All right. Now, does job 1 overlap with job 3? No, it doesn't overlap with job 3. So 50 will be added to this 100. I will get 150 as the answer. And since 150 is greater than this 100, so I will put 150 over here. And job 1 will be the address stored over here. All right. Now, J moves one cell to the right. Does job 4 overlap with job 3? Can 250 be added to 100? No, it cannot be added to 100 because job 4 and job 3 overlap with each other. Alright, so this iteration won't be considered. J moves one step to the right. Do job 2 and job 3 overlap? No, they don't overlap. So this 70 will be added to this 100. I will get the answer as 170. 170 is greater than 150, so I will put 170 here and I will put job 2 over here. All right, so our arrays are complete. Let me move J to the base position. All right, now in order to find out the maximum weights, I will be traversing this array and find out the maximum value of this array, which is 250. So 250 is my maximum weight. So this automatically makes job 4 as one of my candidates. Okay. All right, let me highlight that. And now, which is going to be the other candidate? The other candidate is going to be this job. So job 4 holds the address of job 1. That means from here, this 250 is getting formed. So job 1 is going to be my next candidate. Hence, job 1 and job 4 are the values which are forming the maximum weight. And these two jobs form the subset of jobs in which no two jobs overlap with each other and they form the maximum weight. So this was the solution to finding the jobs which form the maximum weights. Now at the start of this video, I told you that I'm going to be telling you the trick using which you can solve weighted job scheduling problem on your own or similar problems. So here is the trick. The longest increasing subsequence problem. Yes, it's the trick. So I want you to follow these steps and I am sure that you will be able to solve a weighted job scheduling problem as well as similar problems on your own. The solution is going to automatically occur to you. All right. So the steps are that you need to watch the LIS problem video of Joyce Tech first of all, maybe once, twice, thrice, as many times as you want to watch. Then step number 2, solve the LIS problem on your own. That means without seeing the video. And you don't have to do it just once. Do it twice or thrice because that is how long it is going to take for your mind to absorb the content. Okay. Step number 3 is take a pen and a paper and establish the links between the LIS problem and the weighted job scheduling problem. So put the problem statement of the weighted job scheduling problem on the paper and try to establish the connections between the LIS problem and this problem. I am sure that you will be able to do that because you have got a beautiful gift, the mind. All right, because that will become so easy. That's how confident I am. So with this, we have come to the end of this video. I'll see you in the next video of Joyce Tech. Thanks for watching this video. Like this video, share this video. Thank you again and goodbye.